Hello my friends, so I've got the BMV-702 connected up and I did this for a bunch of reasons. One, it's telling me what's going on in the battery even when the engine's not turned on. So this particular display here, this is operating when the ElectricYacht engine is on. Otherwise nothing's happening. What else can it tell me? All right, so it's telling me I've got 53 volts coming off my bank. I got 0 amps of a draw, got 0 watts of a draw. With Bluetooth, I can also see all this information on my cell phone. And with another connector, I can see it on my chart plotter. That's what I like about this Victron battery monitor. This thing right now is not doing anything for me. This thing is showing me information, and it can show it to me on my phone, and it can show it to me on my chart plotter. All right, so let's show you how we hooked it up. So on the back of it, got a data jack, which is running to a shunt. You don't get much simpler than that. The shunt itself is sitting on a negative line. So I've got negative into the shunt, negative out of the shunt to the motor. Again, that's pretty simple. And I've got one remaining wire, it's just red one, which is going to deposit on the battery bank. So hooking up the VMV was pretty easy. Now let's turn on the motor here. See what we got. All right, so power is now going from the battery to the system, but not much is being used. 0 amps, 0 watts. All right. That's kind of how I want it. It would really irritate me if some sort of energy was being drawn simply by closing that circuit. Let's turn on the motor. All right, so that's gonna light up. This display is now gonna start telling me something useful. All right, so it's agreeing that it's got 53 volts on it, and we've also got percentages in amps and kilowatts here. All right, a little bit of a difference here though, because this is saying 0 amps. And the Victron is saying I'm losing 14 watts, or a quarter of an amp. So, you know, lighting up displays using power. And that's good to know on my phone and on my chart plotter. What else is going on? Let's turn on some throttle here. All right, so quarter of an amp up to, you know, 10 amps to get the engine running. 500 watts. Okay. This thing is saying 11 amps, 8 amps. Now it's important to notice that this is what Victron is seeing at the battery. This is what ElectricYacht is seeing inside the motor. So they're not quite the same thing. And 0.43, 0.5 kilowatts, 0.49. And this thing is doing 500 watts. So, you know, the information isn't exactly the same, but I do believe that this here, all the information I'm getting here, my voltage, my amp draw, my watt draw, my amp hours used, my percentage battery charge, how many hours I have left if I keep running at this rate, that's all the information I really, really want. Do I need this? I mean, do I need this out of my helm? I'm not entirely sure I need this out of my helm. And two, I'm not entirely sure I love it. You know, this is pretty slick. But, you know, since I can see it on my chart plotter and on my phone, I don't even know if I would have this at the helm. And so this whole test was to make sure that this actually worked. So the current plan, I believe, is to get this throttle out near the helm. But this and this, they may be inside in my cabin. Unless I think of some reason not to. But right now, I've decided that the Victron connection to my chart plotter is probably all I need. Let's turn everything off here. I hope that was helpful.